Urban areas worldwide are booming. In fact, over half the planet now lives in cities, and that share is rising, from about 55% today to nearly 68% by 2050. Cities offer jobs, education, and services, drawing huge waves of new residents. Not surprisingly, cities across Asia and Africa are seeing the fastest growth, as dozens of people per hour migrate to major urban centers. In this 10 cities with the fastest growing populations countdown, we'll see which cities are exploding in size and why, from massive megacities to surprising upstarts. China's capital, Beijing, is enormous. Nearly 21 million people in 2021, and still surging. In fact, Beijing's urban population was about 20.9 million in 2021 and is projected to top 25 million by 2035. Beijing is China's political and cultural center, and it's attracting people with jobs in government, services, tech, and education. It even hosts the headquarters of most of China's Fortune 500 companies. Greater Beijing now covers a vast area of 1,400 square kilometers, so as it grows, it keeps annexing suburbs and nearby towns, helping push its population up fast. At number 10 on our list, Beijing's huge base means it's adding new residents by the tens of thousands, making it one of the world's fastest-growing cities in absolute terms. Egypt's capital, Cairo, and its sprawling metro is North Africa's largest city, and it's growing by leaps and bounds. Over 21 million people lived in Greater Cairo in 2021, and experts expect that to swell to about 28.5 million by 2035. Why so fast? Cairo has a very high birth rate and continuous migration from rural Egypt. It's also a center of government and industry in the region, with lots of construction and jobs. In fact, Cairo's population boom is so strong, it remains Africa's largest city, and it's spilling over into new suburbs and new cities under development. Despite chronic traffic and resource strains, Cairo's growth is keeping it near the top of any list of fast-growing cities. Nigeria's largest city, Lagos, is a classic growth story. In 2021, it had roughly 15 million residents, and by 2035, it's expected to reach almost 25 million. Lagos's population roughly doubled in the last few decades, thanks to people moving from all over Nigeria for jobs in oil, manufacturing, finance, and tech. The city hosts one of Africa's biggest ports and is the continent's commercial hub, which draws migrants by the tens of thousands every year. Rapid expansion has created sprawling suburbs and megaslums, and Nigeria's population boom means Lagos will keep growing. World Population Review notes Lagos was adding an astronomical number of people every hour in recent years. This explosive urbanization puts Lagos solidly on our list. Often called the Silicon Valley of India, Bengaluru, formerly Bangalore, is the IT and startup capital of India. Its population was just under 13 million in 2021, and it's projected to climb to over 18 million by 2035, a growth rate of 40% over 15 years. Young professionals flood in for careers in software, tech services, and education, making Bengaluru one of the fastest-growing cities in Asia. The city's endless construction and new suburbs reflect this. Bengaluru's expansion has led to major new roads, metro lines, and office parks. All of that puts Bengaluru at number 7 on our fastest-growing list. Interestingly, UN data ranking cities by absolute growth per hour listed Bangalore among the top 10 worldwide. Lahore is Pakistan's cultural and economic heartbeat, and it's growing fast. In 2021, Lahore had about 13 million people, and it's expected to top 19 million by 2035, another roughly 40% jump. Migration from Punjab's rural areas is one big driver, as is Lahore's booming manufacturing and service sectors. Lahore is even a UNESCO City of Literature, with major universities that attract talent from across the country. As its population balloons, Lahore is constructing new highways, housing developments, and metro lines to keep up. This makes Lahore one of Asia's fastest-growing city centers on our countdown. Chongqing is unique because it's officially a megacity, covering a vast hinterland of 80,000 square kilometers, much bigger than most cities. Still, its core urban area is adding people rapidly. Around 16.5 million lived in Chongqing in 2021, and forecasts put it at about 20.5 million by 2035, roughly 24% growth. Chongqing has become a manufacturing and logistics powerhouse in Western China, especially for cars, steel, and heavy industry. Its low cost of living and government incentives have drawn millions from rural China. Because of its huge existing base, even modest percentage growth means adding hundreds of thousands of people per year. That combination of size and growth earned Chongqing number 5 on our list of fastest-growing populations. Kinshasa is one of Africa's great boom towns. The DRC's capital lies on the Congo River opposite Brazzaville, and even though it's one city, together they hold nearly 20 million people. Kinshasa alone had about 15 million in 2020, and it's expected to soar to nearly 27 million by 2035, an increase of around 80%. In short, Kinshasa may more than double in 15 years. This unprecedented growth comes from rural Congolese moving in. Kinshasa's urban population growth rate is among the world's highest. Despite severe challenges with infrastructure, Kinshasa's explosive growth is why UN data ranks it among the fastest-growing cities on Earth. The city's economy is still relatively small, but its population juggernaut is undeniable, making it number 4 on our countdown. In 2020, Dhaka's population was about 20 million, and it's projected to jump to over 31 million by 2035. That's roughly a 60% rise. Bangladesh's capital is already one of the world's most densely populated cities, and the rural-to-urban tide, plus a high birth rate, keeps it surging. Dhaka is the country's economic engine, especially for textiles and manufacturing, so people flood in for jobs. Its skyline is dotted with cranes as new high-rises and transit projects struggle to keep up. In fact, by some measures, Dhaka is often cited as one of the fastest-growing cities globally. A 2010 World Bank report even called Dhaka the world's fastest-growing megacity at the time. By number 3 on our list, Dhaka's relentless growth and sheer numbers make it a major focus of Asia's urban boom. China's largest city, Shanghai, is also one of our fastest growers. Its municipality had about 24.9 million people in 2020, and it's forecast to swell to nearly 35 million by 2035. That's an astonishing increase of over 40%. Shanghai's growth is driven by its status as a global financial hub, home to the busiest port in the world, and a magnet for internal migrants seeking high-paying jobs. Its massive economy and international schools draw talent from all over China. Modern infrastructure, from bullet trains to new subway lines, is continually expanded to serve the influx. While Shanghai's percentage growth rate is lower than some smaller cities, its giant starting base means it's still adding people at a breakneck pace, enough to rank second in global population growth by sheer numbers. Topping our countdown is Delhi, India, the city with the fastest-growing population on our list. Delhi's metro area already exceeds 30 million people. In fact, WorldPopulationReview estimates Delhi's 2025 population at about 34.7 million, up by nearly 2.5% in the last year alone, over 850,000 new residents. That continuous climb is due to India's overall growth and massive rural migration for jobs in services, industry, and government. Delhi's economy, from IT and finance to Bollywood and tourism, creates endless opportunities, drawing tens of thousands every month. It's projected to hit 36 million by 2035, which would make it one of the largest cities ever. No surprise, UN data ranks Delhi number 1 worldwide for new people arriving per hour between 2015 to 2020. In short, Delhi's combination of size, migration, and high birth rates puts it at the top of the 10 cities with the fastest-growing populations. Each of these cities illustrates the global urbanization trend, massive growth in Asia and Africa. Together, they reflect why urban planners and governments are racing to build more housing, transit, and services. These fastest-growing cities are not just statistics. They're living, changing megacities shaping our world. Which of these booming metropolises surprised you the most? Drop your pick in the comments below. If you enjoyed this countdown, smash that like button, subscribe to Fact Voyage for more fascinating rankings, and ring the bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the facts that shape our world.